Dear students, welcome to the tutorial on advanced formatting language for WINISIS database management system. We have already covered some basic formatting language commands related with WINISIS database management system. Now you know how to extract data from different tags, different fields, different subfields, how can represent or display data by using different kind of literals, conditional, unconditional and repeatable. Now, here in this tutorial, apart from that basic features, you are going to learn different advanced level formatting languages, and keeping in view the level of the course, we cannot explore much, because WINISIS has given us a very powerful formatting language. You already know CDSIS for Windows is basically following network data model, it is not relational database management system, but the power of formatting language given us the benefit to convert the CDSIS into a pseudo relational database management system. That means, by utilizing advanced level formatting commands, we can relate different kind of records in real time. We can relate one particular database with another particular database by using formatting language functions like ref function and ref and LR function combination. But in this tutorial, I am not going into that details, because it will be too heavy for you as a beginner of the WINISIS database management system. Here we will be covering some of the basic elements which can help you to design catalog cart like display format, and the additional utilities provided by WINISIS package for the graphical user interface or Windows environment. So, two categories of formatting language we will be covering here. Now, to start with, let us start with the dummy field. Now, if you see the definition of the dummy field facility is a unique feature in CDSIS for Windows, where you can control the appearance of a literal or a group of punctuation or a particular term and level depending on the presence or absence of that particular field. So, the syntax is either DT caret X, that D stands for presence of the field, N stands for absence of the field, T is the tag and X is the subfield. Now, here you can see a real life example of using the dummy field and how easily we can create different kind of real life conditional message in catalog card. As I told you, D indicates the presence of the literal and N indicates the absence of the literal. Now, here you see a particular problem. In some of the cases, there will be date of publication available, and in some of the record there will be no date of publication. It happens in the library catalog management system. You find a particular element of information available in a book, in the next book you do not find that. But we have a specific rule on the basis of ASCR 2 that if date of publication is not available, we can give different kind of message. Say for example, ND for no date. Now, here I am trying to produce similar kind of situation, and I would like to show you how dummy field can help to solve that particular problem or to get rid of that particular difficult situation. Now, if you concentrate on the screen again, so here you see no date, say 26 is the tag number for the date of publication, and our first record contains 1965 of the date of publication of the document, but in the second document there is no date of publication and we have to produce no date. No conditional literal or repeatable literal can manage this kind of situation. So, here you see I am using a combination of conditional literal along with the dummy field. In the first case, it says you display no date if 26 subfield C is absence. You see here I have given N. Now, in this particular record, tag 26 is present and the content is 1965. So, it will not display no date, it will directly display content of the V26 caret C. So, 1965 will be displayed. But in the next record where there is no content in the V26 caret C subfield C, there it will display no date, because it will get that 26 subfield C is absent in that particular record. So, it will display no date, and as content of the V26 is blank, nothing will be displayed after. So, this is the utility of the dummy field through which you can create different kind of complex cataloging information in a card like environment. You can produce a real time ISBD driven card catalog system by using different kind of combination of conditional literal, unconditional literal, repeatable literal, dummy field and many other formatting languages or formatting options available in CDSICs for Windows. Now, in the next level we will be moving to show you that different useful functions that are available and sometimes very useful for creating different kind of display condition. So, this is the first one is the val function. Val function returns the numerical value of its argument. Say suppose if content of the tag 1 is 10, I can give a val function command here, val within parenthesis V1. So, it will directly extract the numerical value or numerical content of the field or tag V1. Similarly, we can also extract the numerical value of the subfield, that is V1 caret A. And here you see an interesting example which can be very helpful for cataloging purposes. Here I have given a unconditional literal 19, then I am extracting the numeric value of the tag 1 subfield B. So, altogether it will produce 1920. So, in some cases, in some publications, you can only guess the century of that particular document, not the exact year of publication. So, here by utilizing val function, we can give the century value in the numerical, and apart from that we can extract the possible year value by utilizing the numerical content of any corresponding field of related to publication or date of publication of that particular document. So, val function is very useful to extract the numerical value available in a particular field, and you please remember that CDSICs for Windows is not fit for numerical data handling. It is designed to handle text, but by using this kind of function we can convert a textual database management system efficiently into numerical database management system. And you see the available functions in case of numerical data management. So, there is a function called rsum. If you give rsum, then different kind of tags, say V1, V10 etc. So, it will sum automatically all the numerical contents of all the given tags or fields. Say for example, in the first instance rsum 10, 20, 30, it will simply add different values you have given. In place of these values, if you given the tag number V1, V2, V3, and if these 3 tags contain numerical value, it will automatically extract the numerical value and add it. Similarly, there are rmin function to extract the minimum value against a set of given value. Rmin 1, 2 and minus 3 will retrieve minus 3 as the lowest value or minimum value. Similarly, there are rmax function to retrieve the maximum value against a given set of field. Rmax 1, 2 and minus 3 will retrieve 2 as the maximum value from the 3 sets of given data. Similarly, we have raverage to calculate the arithmetic mean of different tags, definitely numerical values of different tags or some given numbers. So, these are the numerical functions available with us to handle, and sometimes it works beautifully to handle different critical cataloging conditions. Now, other useful functions are L function, ref function, LR functions, which are beyond the scope of this tutorial because it requires some advanced level programming skill to create or to link different records of the same database or different records available in different data sets. So, these are the some of the functions. Say ref ALR function here you can see will retrieve field 1 and 2 from all the records. Similarly, NPST functions will retrieve the number of posting of a particular field. NOCC functions will retrieve the number of occurrences of a particular field. So, all these functions can be utilized efficiently. Let us have a real life example to show the OCC function applicable of the occurrence functions. Here you see a particular author field contains, it is a repeatable field and contains 3 to 4 authors. So, if we want to display first author as 1, second author as 2, third author as 3, fourth author as 4, then we can use the OCC function, and this simple particular syntax, if P V70, that means if V70 is present, then you extract V7 with this particular OCC function F OCC 10. So, it will retrieve all the contents of the V70 in listed format. So, you can easily create a list kind of thing or easily create a list by using this OCC function. Similarly, the size function, the utility of size function you already know during the data entry worksheet. The moment we want to go for the record validation, this size function becomes very important. We have already defined that in a particular field, if size exceed of a particular length, then produce the error message. So, in case of entering data for ISBN, which is either 10 digit or 13 digit, you can utilize this kind of size validation or size functions as record validation technique. Then apart from this, some of the useful functions, because the list of useful functions are a lot, and in this tutorial due to time shortage we cannot cover everything. So, these are the some of the very useful functions available with WINISIS database management system, where you can handle different kind of numerical field as well as different kind of cataloging conditions you can handle, critical cataloging conditions you can handle. But the real benefit of CDSIS for Windows in compare with CDSIS for DOS lies with the graphical data management. Here you can create different font size, different color of the font, you can produce text box, you can handle different kind of background image for different data sets, and all by applying a set of simple commands. So, let us start one by one. That first we will be discussing that how you can handle font, how you can handle font color, how you can create a text box, how you can enter background image, how you can display different background image for different records. So, all these we will be considering one after another. Let us start with the font table. WINISIS has a default font table. The default font is font 0. Each table is represented by a numerical figure, say font 0, font 1, font 2, and you can directly utilize that font family in your data display or retrieve result display. Here shows one example. We can simply give a command fonts, then font family and the particular font type in that particular family. Say for example, fonts is the function, Roman is the family, and Times New Romans is the font type in that family. So, you can write in this fashion also, or simply you can call the table by using the command fn. N is any integer and the values of this one, say 1 for Arial, 0 for Courier New, all are given in the WINISIS reference manual. You can consult that, and depending on the depending on your requirement, depending on your choice, you can call a particular font family to display your paragraph or your field in a particular font in a particular style. Say for example, here in I want to display V10 / F1 V20. This particular thing or syntax formatting language will display field 10 in the default font, that is the font 0, which is Courier New, and the field 20 in font 1, which is actually Arial. So, here the command is that fn, f1 I have given comma, then the corresponding tag. So, V20 will be displayed by using the font family 1, and font family 1 is basically Arial. So, the table, the list of the table you have to consult from the manual. Now, similarly we have color table also. The command is basically CLN, n is any integer, the value may cover right from the 1 to 20, and here you see color 0 is black default color, color 1 dark, and in this way you can go up to color 20, and with the increasing value actually we are moving from the dark color to the light color, and the corresponding syntax can be CL1 V10. It can display the content of the tag field 10 on the screen in red. Why in red? Because here you see from the color table color 1 is equal to dark red. So, the moment I have given CL1 comma V10, the content of the V10 will be displayed in red color. And if you want to see different type of colors, here you see different types of color I have displayed, most of them are visible, color 0, color 1, color 2, color 3, and we are moving from black to the white, color 19. We starting with the 10 and ending with the 19, altogether 20 colors are there, and any of these you can use. Say for example, you want to use the light blue, this one. So, the command will be CL10 comma your tag number. So, that particular tag will be displayed in the light blue color. So, in this way you can handle your font color. Now comes the font size. In case of CDSIC's DOTS version, you cannot manage font style, that will be default 12-point font, and that is the pica font that is the available for each and every display. But in case of CDSIC's for Windows, you can have a proper control on the font size. You can display different tag in different font size, and the corresponding command is FS. FS stands for font size, but one thing you must remember that FS is followed by the size in half points. That means, if you give FS 36, the actual font size will be 18. If you want font in 12-point scale, you have to give FS 24. You please remember this. FS is basically the value becomes half in case of the actual font display. FS 36 will display font in 18 point, FS 20 will display font in 10 points, FS 24 will display font in 12 points. So, in this way you can handle, and the corresponding effect you can enclose within either curly brackets or by giving a particular new line character. Say V10 I have given no font size, so the default is 12 point, it will be displayed in 12 point. In the next V20 I have given FS 30, it will be displayed in 15 point. The third field, that is the V30, I have given in FS 20, so it will be displayed in 10 point. So, in this way you can control font size of different lines. Apart from this font size and font color, you can also control their appearance like bold, italics, underline, etc. The bold is basically the command is simple B, for italics the command is simple I, and for underline the command is simple U. And here in this example you see I want to display V10 in bold, but not the other field, and V30 in italics. So, I can end the effect of boldness in V10 by using the curly bracket or the second bracket. So, curly bracket says that bold will be only V10 will be appearing in bold font and V30 will be appearing italic font, but V20 includes no condition. So, no bold and italic, it will be appearing in regular form. So, in this way you can control different kind of appearance by bold, italic and underline. Next important thing in display format is paragraph formatting. Paragraph formatting, as I told you, it is a kind of indentation command, but you can have a better control by the application of TWIPs. TWIPs is a very efficient measurement of the space, and 1 inch is equal to 1440 TWIPs and 1 centimeter is equal to 567 TWIPs. So, here you see in this example, I want V26 to start with 144 TWIPs. So, I have to give the command M within bracket number of TWIPs. It can be a very complex also. If you see the next example, I want V26 start with 1000 TWIPs and the continuation of line, that is the second line onwards, it starts with 500 positions or 500, 500 tweets. So, in this way you can control just like your F and C command you have learned during indentation. So, similarly in case of paragraph formatting also you can control appearance of a particular paragraph utilizing tweets, and it is a very efficient space management, because you can even go for the point level efficiency in handling space. Previously in case of CDS ISIS for DOS version you can only control up to inch or up to centimeter. Now, you can move your space management up to millimeter level, because 1 inch is equal to 1440 tweets. So, you can manage 1 inch even according to the requirement of the paragraph, and the indentation command is very similar to your FC command. You just give the first line indentation in tweets and then continuation line indentation by giving a comma. So, M 1000 comma 500 will start the first line in the 1000 tweets and continuation of lines in the 500 tweets. You can utilize also tab in case of paragraph formatting, and you can display a column like display format you can design by using tab. So, here in this example it is a very simple one. I have created surname tab 2000 forename. That means, there will be 2 columns, surname column, and there will be a gap of 2000 tweets, then forename will appear. In the next line V100 subfield A, that is the sub just imagine it is the surname of the author, comma tab 2000 V100B, which represent forename of the author, will be appearing just after under the surname column and under the forename column. So, in this way you can have a column like display by using tab, and within tab you can utilize the measurement unit as tweets to control the space in a better way. Now, other paragraph formatting commands, like you want to display a particular line in the center. So, use the formatting language QC. QC stands for centering of a particular text. Say here I am utilizing V26 QC, V26, V30. So, content of the V26 and V30 will appear in the center, and all these actually represent the same thing. That means, QC you can utilize before the tab, in the middle of the tab, or after the tab, all will give you the same effect. So, here you can control the positioning of a particular line or a particular paragraph. It can be centered, it can be justified, and for the justified you have to use the QJ. For centering we have the formatting language QC, and for the justified paragraph we have the formatting language QJ, and the use is almost in the same way like QC, you can use QJ also. The interesting thing which young learners like you use enthusiastically WINISIS, that is basically the box. In WINISIS CDS ISIS for Windows you can create different kind of box, text box, child box, and box can have different kind of background picture, and different kind of contents you can represent or display inside the box. Let us just give an example. So, this is the box I have created, a very simple box. The first one with the background color green, the second one with the background color white and the text color maroon, and the third one with the gray gray background with blue font. Now, here the corresponding command I have given in the below. Here you see the first box is created by the command box within parenthesis 2. 2 is basically the background color of the box. So, 1 is red, 2 is green, 3 is blue, and in this way you can have also a color table for the box in the WINISIS reference manual. You consult that and create different kind of box within your paragraph formatting. This basically the utility of this kind of box lies within the journal article database management system. So, suppose you want to display the bibliographic details of the article in a simple box and the abstract of the article in a colorful box. So, in this way this kind of colorful display of the article database management will help user to identify the bibliographical details and the abstract and other details or the corresponding URL etc. very easily by using this kind of display. Next comes another interesting area of the displaying a picture inside or as a background of the database management system. Say here I have utilized the three fields are there, two fields are there V1 and V2, and in between I want to display a picture. So, the command or the formatting language function is PICT, pict stands for picture, then within parenthesis I have to give the name of the picture, say library.jpg. So, it will display content of the V1 first, then the picture, then the content of the tag 2. So, this is one way to manage, but it is a very primitive way of managing your background picture. Most of the times you need to have a different picture for different records. So, how can you handle it? So, my suggestion is that you create a field. If you are using a standard content designator format, you can use all 9xx fields for the local use. You create any 9xx field, say for example 911 as a file name for the image or the picture, and you call that particular tag to represent the file name. Here you can see exactly the example what I am talking. Say here I am not using any hard coded file name, I have just given pict within parenthesis V50. That means, in the field 50 the file name or the image name will be there, and it will extract the file name through the pict particular function. So, it will be converting the whole syntax, as suppose in V50 you have given a.zip. So, it will be something like pict a.zip. In the next record you have given b.jpg. So, it will be extracting pict b.jpg. In the next you have given c.bmp, it will extract c.bmp. And please remember that only 3 formats are supported, one is the BMP, one is the GIF, and one is the JPG. So, in this way you can handle different kind of graphical features of CDSIS for Windows to create text box, to create a display format like this. If you see in the screen, you see that this kind of box with background picture you can create, and different kind of conditional literals also you can create. You can utilize link command to open a particular file. Say for example, you want to open a particular Word file by clicking. So, you can give this kind of link command open file, it will display URL or the full text. The moment you click full text, it will open the Word file or PDF file, or you can directly move to a particular URL. So, in this way you can have different kind of advanced level features, graphical features in WINISIS, but the rep function and LR function, that is the real advantage of CDSIS to convert the network data model into a pseudo relational data model, but that is beyond the scope of this tutorial. I hope that in future we will be learning the rep function and LR function. Thank you very much.